They laughed when he walked in. A new student, nervous and quiet, carrying nothing but a backpack and a hopeful smile. The bullies thought he was weak. They thought he didn't belong. But what they didn't know was this: his silence carried the shadow of power. The kind of power that could silence even the loudest mouths. Because behind that boy stood a father who wasn't just feared, he was untouchable. And by the time the bullies realized the truth, it was already too late. Marcus Jackson was the kind of kid who preferred not to be noticed. Transferring into a new school was already hard, but being the only black student in a mostly privileged neighborhood made it 10 times harder. He carried himself with politeness, head lowered, always careful not to cause trouble. His mother had raised him to be humble, to avoid conflict. What most didn't know was the truth about his father. The classroom was buzzing with noise when Marcus entered on his first day. He clutched the straps of his backpack, eyes scanning for an empty seat. That's when he spotted it. A desk in the middle row, empty and waiting. He made his way toward it. But before he could sit, a hand shot out, blocking the chair. "Sorry, that seat's taken," sneered Brandon, the school's most notorious bully. His friends chuckled, already circling Marcus like hyenas. Marcus paused. He could feel their eyes on him, waiting for a reaction. "It looks empty," he said quietly. Brandon smirked. "Not for you." The classroom erupted in laughter. Marcus froze, humiliation burning inside him. He lowered his gaze and took a step back, searching for another desk. But every time he approached one, another bully slid in or blocked his way. The message was clear: you don't belong here. The teacher walked in, noticed the scene, and frowned, but said nothing. That silence hurt more than the laughter. Marcus finally ended up sitting at the very back on a broken chair, pretending it didn't bother him. But it did. Deep down, the shame carved a scar. That night at home, Marcus tried to hide it. He ate dinner quietly, smiling at his mother. But his father, Leon the Viper Jackson, noticed. He always noticed. A man like him didn't survive decades in the shadows of the Mafia without reading people like open books. "You got something on your chest, son?" his father asked, his voice low but sharp. Marcus hesitated. His father wasn't just a dad. He was a man whose name carried weight in every corner of the city. People whispered it with fear. Marcus never wanted to be part of that world. "It's nothing, Dad," Marcus muttered. But Leon leaned forward, eyes narrowing. "Don't lie to me. Who disrespected you?" Marcus swallowed hard. "Just some kids. At school. It doesn't matter." For a long moment, silence filled the room. Then Leon's lips curled into the faintest smile, one that could send chills down anyone's spine. "Respect, son, is earned, and sometimes it's taken." The next day at school, the bullies were waiting. Brandon leaned against the wall near Marcus's classroom, smirking. "Look who's back. Hey, maybe today you can sit on the floor instead." His friends roared with laughter. Marcus ignored them and walked past. But Brandon shoved his shoulder. "Where do you think you're going?" Marcus's hands clenched. He remembered his father's words from the night before. Respect is taken. But he also remembered his mother's plea: don't fight. Don't end up like your father. The conflict tore inside him. He sat quietly through the morning, but humiliation built like pressure in a boiling pot. By lunchtime, the bullies had escalated, tripping him, stealing his food, mocking his skin color. Marcus stayed silent, but silence has a breaking point. That breaking point came when Brandon shoved Marcus in front of everyone in the cafeteria. His tray spilled, food splattering across the floor. The entire lunchroom went silent. Marcus's heart pounded, his fists trembled. And then he stood tall. For the first time, he lifted his head and locked eyes with Brandon. "You don't want to do this," Marcus said quietly. The bullies laughed louder. "Or what? You'll cry to your mummy." Marcus's voice didn't shake this time. "No. But maybe I'll tell my dad." Something in the way he said it made the laughter falter. But Brandon, desperate to keep control, scoffed. "Oh yeah, what's Daddy gonna do? Pick you up in his minivan." Right then, the cafeteria doors opened, and in walked a man in a dark tailored suit, his presence commanding silence. Leon Jackson, Marcus's father. The whispers spread like wildfire. That's him. The Viper, the Mafia boss. He didn't raise his voice, he didn't have to. His gaze swept across the room like a storm. "Which one of you thought it was funny to put your hands on my son?" No one spoke. The bullies who had been laughing seconds ago now shrank in their seats, pale and trembling. Brandon's smirk disappeared, replaced with pure fear. Leon walked over, his footsteps echoing in the dead silence. He leaned close to Brandon, his voice low and venomous. Respect, boy, is the only currency that matters in this world. You just overdrew your account. Brandon's hands shook. He tried to speak, but no words came out. Leon straightened, then looked at Marcus. Son, take your seat, wherever you want. Marcus walked to the very desk he had been denied the day before. This time no one stopped him. No one dared. From that day forward, the bullies avoided him. Not because Marcus fought back with fists, but because they finally understood strength doesn't always scream. Sometimes it just walks quietly until it's forced to roar. The story of Marcus wasn't about power or fear. It was about dignity. It taught everyone that the quietest person in the room might have the loudest shadow behind them. And that respect isn't something you give away. It's something you stand tall for, no matter who tries to take it from you.